Hello, my angels. Happy Monday. This is going to be a reprieve. This week is going to be much better. I had to take a few, actually I took like 2 weeks off here and there, but from recording. I still have my personal sessions that I do. So if you guys are interested, you need to book a reading, my link is in my bio. And if you have any questions, you can just email me. It's very simple. So, but I'm back to recording. Because there's so much going on. My son's birthday is this Thursday. So I am going to be free for the first few days, and then I'm going to be busy. I have lots of planned for my lovely Berlin. So this month has been very, very energetic, with good and bad energies. There's always good and bad energies at place, but the first week I felt like it was just the first 2 weeks, because you have to understand we're still going through the Mercury retrograde, so miscommunication, things are stalled, things are rescheduled. Like the balloon museum, I bought tickets for it, and it's going to open in August, so that's super annoying. So things like that, things just, surprisingly shifting or changing. Plans changing out of the blue. People, you can't rely on certain people. Miscommunication in your emails, or mishaps with that. So yeah, there's lots of that can happen during Mercury retrograde, but it's normally miscommunication and things not going the way that they should. Whether you have traveling issues, things like that. Anyway, so I'm happy for this week, because in a few more days we're going to be out of this retrograde. Things are going to start moving forward. Energies are going to be moving forward. Things are not going to be stagnant or just foggy, just not nice. So I wanted to do a collective reading, guys, and I'm going to do a few more readings though today, because I have time today, and I'm doing it because I love you. But I do want to make this clear. I am not going to be one of these tarot readers that are just going to be doing, readings online. That's really not my thing. I'm a psychic medium. I enjoy using cards, and then otherwise I'll be just talking to you like this, and it's a little awkward. It's much better when it's one-on-one, but I do these readings because I know a lot of you get these complimentary readings, and it's fun. But ultimately, my goal is for you to book a reading with me, and I help transform your life in any way that I can, and yeah. So I did a collective reading. I wanted to not do what's this week's energy, but what is happening. And so I chose 3 cards, and then one card just to see where are the energies at. So I chose 1 card from my Oracle deck. What is it? It's the Oracle of the Sun Radiant. What am I saying? It's Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck. I love this deck. I just love the sun. So the first card that I'm going to do. What am I saying? Let's start this again. So I'm going to answer 3 questions for you. First question is what's happening. So I'm going to use 1 card to tell you what's happening. The second card will tell you what you don't see. Okay, what's happening behind the scenes, or what's going on. And the third card is what needs to change, what needs to shift. All right. So I'm going to tell you something which is funny. I always journal in the morning, and I do my own readings and stuff. But I was what's the collective energy for this week? And I used the Sun Oracle deck, and this card came out, number 8. And when I think of 8, I think of August, because it's the Leo card too. Well, it's not the Leo, but there's a lion in it. So I'm getting Leo, and then the Sun. And, but it's funny, this card came out. And I was like, ugh, whatever, endurance. And I put it back in the deck, and then I asked the Spirit, I was like, Spirit, what are the energies for this weekend? Spirit's not messing around. It's like, listen, hunty, okay? Listen, girl. Listen. You're gonna need endurance. And I feel like that. I feel like it's been a little tough. Like, we've been tackling issues. We've been needing to have self-control. Yeah. Because without self-control, that lion is going to be a beast. You know what I mean? Just wild. But I see the sun shining down on us collectively. Even if you don't feel it. And I feel like this is like almost a message from Spirit, where Spirit wants you to slow down. Because for a lot of you, I really do feel like the spotlight is going to be, you're going to be in the spotlight soon, or you work in the spotlight. So when you work in the spotlight, you have to really have self-control, emotional intelligence. You just can't behave and react, without thinking. You can, but I don't suggest it. So I think Spirit wants you kind of like tame that beast. But I also want to look in the book. So this card means Sun in Scorpio. Sun is fortuitive, so it's always fortunate. So we're in a good place, guys. So again, self-control, regeneration. Yes, we're regeneration. A lot of us are transforming. We're not the same people that we were, 6 months ago, yesterday. Change is not like, people think like, yes, you've changed from last year. Well, at least I hope you have. But changes is something that happens all the time. Like, I'm not the same person I was yesterday, even though it was, 24 hours ago. So things are always shifting. You're always regenerating. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, and I feel like, a lot of you are trying to self-improve and tackle things. And you might be, I think a lot of us, we are being hit with the challenges. But I want you to look at things differently. And I'm saying this now because I'm out of it a little bit. When I'm in it, like, I don't want to hear about it. Like, but you're going to get through it. Like, I don't want to hear that. But listen, guys. We're getting through this. We're getting through this together. But I want to let you know this. Life is always going to have challenges. Even when you look at other people and you're like, their life is great. People show you what they want. You think people, like, look at online, like social media, when we see people that are like crying crying to the camera, to their audience. To me, it's like weird behavior, but to each his own. So people show you what they want. So remember that. Who's going to show people the worst side of them? I don't like doing readings when I'm not in the best energies, but I have to learn that, challenges are here to stay. It's how you move through it. You don't have to, I don't have to give a huge reading, when I'm not feeling myself, but do the work. If we all waited for, times were great to do things, and nothing would get done. And sometimes it's walking through the fire, even when it's tough and you just do it. It creates such an endurance, with you. And I have so much respect for people that when times are tough, they still are resilient. They're still going through it. They're not stopping. Because, times are tough, and a lot of things are changing in the world. Politically, weather, climate control, economically, things, are not the same, and things are not supposed to be the same. Things are supposed to get better. So I'm hoping with the way this world is shifting, and from what I understand and what I feel, is things are shifting for the best. But before things shift, in a positive manner, you got to get the gunk out. Like, you got to get all that crap out. You get what I'm saying? You got to clean up. It's like, before you can move into your new house, you got to clean up your old place. You got to get rid of the junk, get it out, because you're not going to take there's something wrong. You're not going to take things that you don't want in your new home. You got to clean it up. You have to make space for what's new. And that's what we're doing. That's why, this month and the previous months that led up to July, it's been getting its movement. Every month has its specific theme. Like, this month is we're getting to the crux of things. A lot of us are still going through healing things from last year, from yesterday, from a few months ago. Healing takes time. Rome was not built in a day. And even if it was, you want to allow yourself the time to feel. I say a lot. It's because, whatever. So anyway, something in my eye. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, let's do the first card. So what's happening? And when I chose my first card, what's happening? It's such a beautiful card. Number 17, the star. Okay. Now, the star can be interpreted so many different ways. It really just depends. But for me, I feel like we are the star collectively. You're a starseed. You're a star. You shine bright. You're meant to shine. But stars also need healing. Stars are always shining. So sometimes you have to take a step back, or dim your light is dimming. You're still a star. You're still bright, but I feel as though our star has been dimmed through life, struggles, a lot of things. Life, there's so much that goes on in your life. But I feel as though we have been through a lot. But the good thing is we're healing now. We're doing the self-care. We're looking inwards. We're still hopeful. We still have faith through all of, the trials and tribulations. Because, look, life is hard. It doesn't mean it's always going to be hard now. But be grateful for the challenges, because without the challenges, we won't know how good we truly have it. That's the flip side of it. So I want us to remain positive and hopeful, even when we can't see it, because a lot of us, we're going through rebirth. This is what's happening. You want to know what's going on? Yeah, what's going on is things are shifting. You are not the same person that you are. You're moving into another. It's almost like how crabs move in, like they shed their shell and they get a new one. That's what's happening. We haven't found our new shell, our new body. Like a snake sheds its skin. We're still shedding the skin. Okay? But heavy is the head that wears the crown. So what's happening is we're healing. We need to focus on ourselves. We're constantly giving, but we need to focus on giving and healing what's inside of ourselves emotionally. Give yourself a break. Okay? But again, water is very healing. So if you're able to, take a bubble bath, take a nice shower, go swimming, hell, go on vacation, go to the spa. Do acts of self-care. That's going to make you feel better when it's challenging times. But I do want to let you know that things are shifting for the best, and things aren't moving, even if you cannot see them. So what's happening is we, as a collective, are heading into a different direction of renewal, of like new sense of self. So think about it, like what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to happen? Who do you want to be? Like what does the higher version of yourself look like? That is what I want you to focus on. Not like, you know, your past grievances or your past mistakes. Your mistakes, everyone makes mistakes. It's over, it happened. Stop reliving the past and going over the same things, you know? Because what you don't see is the Page of Swords reversed. Scattered energy. You're not grounded. You're all over the place. There's miscommunication because you're not getting it. You're not grounded. You're not hearing the call. You're not listening. Some of you might be know-it-alls, and you might know it, but sometimes you need to listen. You need to listen, heed the call, hear what someone is saying to you. Because you know, you don't know everything, and no one likes to know it all. Like, it could be super frustrating and annoying. So I think that you guys need to ground yourself. And when I say that, get clear with what you want and what you want to do and how you communicate, and how you communicate your thoughts and what you want to get across. You need to take a step back and plan. Not scattered, grounded. Because right now, that's what you don't see, is you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not focusing on what needs to be focused on. You're not communicating the way you should be. People are not hearing. Things are not landing. Like, you know, when you're talking to someone and they're not hearing you, but they hear what you're saying, but they're not understanding you. Yeah, and that's Mercury retrograde too. So a lot of this might be outside of your control, but you can control how you try to control how you come across, meaning ground yourself, take a step back, reassess your situation. And really take things seriously. Because you have a lot of thoughts, you have a new idea, you have a lot of ideas, and there's communication that wants to come in, but how are you going to hear them with a scattered energy and you not being grounded? It's not going to land. Journal. You need to write things down. Write down your thoughts. Write down your next steps. Like, what do I want to happen today? What do I want to happen this week? You know, set some goals. Small ones. Start small. And then you can get to the big ones. Start small. And I think that's what Spirit wants you to do. Start small. But you should definitely journal. Yeah. Because listen, guys, you're transitioning, you're on a fine line, but you really, really, really need to be careful. One step at a time. Don't let anyone move you. You need to be still within yourself so you know the next step. Sit in silence, meditate, see what comes. Because I feel like messages are coming in, but you're not getting it. Like you're all over the place. And no one likes a person that's all over the place. So how you do that is take a walk, meditate. You have to journal. You just can't have things all over the place and expect to be organized or know where to go, because you're not. And the third, what needs to change? It's so funny, which the power is in your hands. Don't give your power away. And some of you might need to consult a witch. That's me. But the power is in your hands. You need to feel the magic in your life again. You need to be able to feel that personal power. Get your power back. Maybe some of you are like witches and you want to learn more about it. Read a book. Practice affirmations. Say affirmations. Clean up your space. Make your space reflective of who you are. Like if you wake up and you're already annoyed because of the way your house is, then yeah, why don't you decorate? Open up your curtains. Open the windows. Buy some crystals. Do things that make you happy. Enchant your life. Sorry. Okay, yeah. I think a lot of you guys need to reclaim your power. And that's why you're scattered. You're just, not grounded. I want you guys to start trusting yourself, trusting your own intuition, trusting your own instincts. Be your own witch. Be your own powerful being. Everything is within yourself. Light a candle. Say a prayer. Some of you might need guidance from, a witch or a spiritual advisor. And if you do, go. Whether it's me or someone else. My link is in my bio. But this is where I'm going to leave it. I do want to give you guys one oracle card because I just love these oracle cards. I really do. But let me tell you, this week is going to get much better. But here's the thing. Right now, you need to do the work, because when things really start moving, you're gonna wish that you really took the time to, make the necessary changes, because when it's time to go, it's time to go. But a lot of you have been looking in the mirror, being reflective, self-reflective, doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, which is necessary. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? Give me one card for the collective. But I feel like some of you need to clean up and be witchy. And witchy, look, doesn't mean, when I say witchy, doesn't mean that you need to believe in the devil and do dark magic. Please, I don't know where this comes from. When it comes to being whimsical and witchy, not everything is dark. There's just there's light, there's dark, there's all color, there's all shades to this. All right, there's green witches, okay? But I feel like you guys need to get your spark back, reclaim your inner witch, your inner knowing, because everything is within you. And I always say that anything you want to know, just ask yourself, are you listening? So what message do you have for the collective, spirit? Whoops. And I love the way these cards feel. I can't wait to create my own oracle deck. But anyway, spirit, what message do you have for My angels, the collective. Give me one card. What do you want to tell them? What message do you have for the collective? Just one card. What message do you have for the collective for this week? It has so much to say. One card, Spirit, for the collective. And August is going to be a great month. If you guys continue to just do the work and have self-control, things are, trust me, my Spirit. What message do you have for the collective, please? One card, Spirit. What's your message for the collective? What's your message for the collective? What do you want them to know for this week? Wow, this one came out. I'm gonna take it. Whatever. So, Spirit, well, I'm gonna take this. First breath, beginner's mind. This is what kept coming out. This came out twice. So I'm gonna just take that first breath. Yeah, a lot of you guys, it's a new beginning. You know, and when I say new beginning, it's the life that you had before, the way you were doing things before, the jobs that you had before, you're shifting. And if you haven't shifted already, you're going to be shifting. You need to be doing things that are more aligned. Wow, Spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. Yeah. Let's just see what the book says. 21, 3, 5. Definitely change is coming. 3, first breath. Yeah, cycle. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So for first breath, a fresh start and renewed curiosity, natural trust, beginner's mind. When the first breath card shows up for you, it's time to leave the old stories and tales behind. You have arrived. Take a deep breath. Yes. Like the star, like I just said. Okay. There's nothing else you need to do but take in the new world that is revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. Yes, this is the same thing I got from endurance. There is no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage to get to where you are now. Just take it all in and experience the awe and wonder of your arrival at this destination. Even if it's a familiar place you have come even if it's a familiar place you have come to many times before, try to experience it as if it's the first time. For you are renewed, and the old you is no longer your concern. Yeah, who cares about that old person? This is now the higher version of you. All right? Practice the beginner's mind. Not labeling or naming what you see and experience. That situation that was so difficult only a few days ago, just be with it, okay? And breathe. Breath work. Breath work is really good. And I'm going to tell you things. A lot of times, like when I say like meditate, breath work, it sounds really stupid, but it does work. It's only just stupid because the way society makes it, the way society makes people look that meditate like weirdos, you know, or like, you know, people that do the breath work. I'm not saying being performative, like people that like, I'm not a performative person, and I actually don't like people that are performative. It's stupid. It's like my son when he's just being ridiculous and he's making my nervous system insane. I'm like, deep breaths, and he goes and I'm like, shit, let me do it too, and then that's it. You don't need to go, guys, look at me, I'm taking a breath. Look, breath. Like, just do you. Or, you know, take a stone. I forgot the name of the stone right now, but a selenite. Hold it. Say, God, cleanse my spirit. I mean, like, cleanse my thoughts right now, or whatever you need. But yeah, and crystals do work. Okay, energy, baby. Energy, hello. How do you think things work? Energy. That's why That's why I love the person that I am, because I have so much energy. Like, most people don't have the energy that I have. That's why most people don't have what I have. That's why most people don't have access to, like, the things that I have access to. And people are jealous of people's energy, their frequencies. So yeah, stop hanging around people where your frequency is lower. Hang around people where it's aligned, where you feel re-energized, not depleted. Okay. Anyway, so do not squander the power of the first breath, giving the old narrative mouth to mouth resuscitation. Use it for new beginnings to animate a world you can play and create in. Do not underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word yes. And I'm going to tell you this. Words are very, very powerful. And so is attention. If you use your words and your intent together, very powerful. And your energy as well. Powerful. But guys, take a deep breath. You know, this is what I want you to do. This is a new week. Everything that happened last week and before that, who cares? Oh my God, this is our new breath. This is like our new beginning. This is our new beginning, okay? Of this new week. Everything that happened before that, we don't care. We're focused on this week and putting our best foot forward, okay? And lastly, let's do, what is this? Spirit of the river. Movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. The spirit of the river invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Yes, get your ass moving. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing you can accomplish with more efforting. As the situation in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control, recognize this. Step back and trust the flow. Yes. That's the only thing you can do. Trust the flow. Like, imagine thinking that you can control things. Like that you control what happens. No. Honey. God is laughing. Okay. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at the moment. When this card appears, it's time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be like water, baby. Flow. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. Yes, yes. Just let it go and let it to God. That's why I say write it down and focus on the things that you can change. Okay? Breathe, flow. That's it. Stop spiraling with things that don't matter. Don't let people's problems become yours. Not mine. But don't be allergic to other people's challenges. But sometimes we take on things that are not ours. People's challenges, the world's energies, the world's tension are not ours. I know that it's hard because I feel like we're all connected. We are. And we need to realize that a lot of the times these energies that we're feeling are not our own. And sometimes just shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Have a dance party. But yeah, shake off that energy, the dead weight. Get rid of it. Because when you ground yourself, you won't be like this anymore. I want to see this. Where you're full of ideas. Ideas. Intellectual, energy. But upside down, it's like you're miscommunicating. You're just not aligned, and people are not hearing you the way that you're meant to be heard. So guys, this is your reading. This is going to be a great week. I just want you to ride the wave. And when I say that, it doesn't mean like don't do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. But don't attach yourself to things that you don't want to be attached with. I keep fixing my hair. You know, attach yourself to things that make you happy. And get your witch on. Go get a crystal. Like, do a spell. Whatever. Clean up your home. Light an incense. Burn a beautiful candle. I'm always lighting candles here. Create an altar. If you want to know how, I can teach you. But make your life something that you don't want to run from. Your life, no matter how hard it is, you should love your life. Love who you are, or at least love who you're becoming. And if you're not on that trajectory, time to make some changes. I love who I'm becoming. I don't like the challenges, but that's inevitable. But I can create routines and things in my daily routine that helps me through challenging times. And that's what I want you guys to do. And just know that things shift and change when you least expect it. Anything can happen at any moment. So, be grateful, be mindful, be happy, and let's have a great week, because we will. And when you feel you're aspiring or you're not in the great headspace, that's when you make a write. Don't just read the affirmations, but write them down and then hold it. I used to take it, write down affirmations, put it in my pocket, so when I'm around people that really fucking aggravate me, I'm like, everything I see is I know affirmations like the back of my hand. But you just say whatever, like money flows to me easily and consistently in unexpected, expected ways, whatever. I am loved. I am magic. But these are things that are just little tricks for yourself. You do what works for you. But anyway, that's my reading for you. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.